All right. Okay. So this is Top Shelf Shenanigans. You're here. You're ready for all the top shelf content we're about to bring you. This podcast is two real life best friends talking about our favorite best friend duo of Winona Earp and Nicole Hott. But actually, we've spun off into so many different directions because our listeners ask us for so many different types of content. A lot of it is Earp related, so that's why we've been doing like minisodes and exclusive content, but a lot of it is not. You guys have been asking in the Discord chat on Twitter some questions, so we're just gonna shoot out a bunch of answers to these questions that we're getting, tell some stories, and we hope you guys like it. It's probably gonna end up being exclusive content, but maybe it'll be a minisode, who knows. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, definitely ready.
I think this is the most direct and to the point we've ever gotten.
For sure. Do you want to just spin off on something else really quickly that has nothing to do with anything?
Yeah, my dog, I bought them 2 bones today, like that had like beef stuff in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And Romy has taken hostage both of them and is going back and forth between both of them.
The poor little wiener, he never gets anything.
Oh, he had his fair share. He is now napping because he chewed on a bone for 20 minutes and it exhausted him.
All I want to do is meet Tyrion and carry him in my shirt.
Dude, he would love that. He would pretend he doesn't, but he actually loves it.
It's all I want to do. I've never had a dog small enough to do that with.
I literally want Tyrion to see, like, to be all up in your titties. That's all I want.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
They're good titties. We sidebarred, we spun off. This is our brand. Get used to it.
Nothing to do with anything. No questions that no one asked about our pets at all. Oh my God, we should do a whole mini-sode where we talk about our pets and tell stories about them.
We should. That could be exclusive content.
It could be. I feel like most of mine have a good story.
Yeah. You have some wild stories regarding animals.
Oh yeah, maybe not necessarily mine, but
the eel one is a personal favorite.
Oh, yes, that is my experience with an eel. Yeah.
That's for a later date. That's for quote unquote exclusive. We have shit to do right now. I guess that's a story. We did say we're going to answer questions and tell stories.
It is. I could tell that story. It's probably like one of the best stories I have, honestly.
It's a personal favorite of mine.
And I still have a picture of it, so.
Yeah, which is even better.
I think we should start with questions and we can tell stories.
Okay. All right. So.
I just control that and you just went with it.
I loved it. Daddy.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Do it again, Daddy.
Okay.
Tell me what direction we're going.
I already told you, so you should pay attention.
No, you better smack me and make me listen.
I would punch you so hard.
Yes, make me bleed. She hates this. Okay. All right. I'm going to start in the Discord. If you guys haven't joined our Discord yet and you're probably clueless and you're feeling left out, join it because along with shenanigans and flirting and shade and dumb shit, we get to know a bunch of Verpers, we have good conversations, and we also ask for input all the time. This is coming from the Discord from AJ. Hey, AJ. Sweet little peach. Okay, so AJ said, since it's a random minisode, she said, tell us one of your adventures, something cool you've done together which you would not do with anyone else. I mean, I have a story that was really fun. I would do it with other people. Like, it's not, I think it's probably something I could pull off with very few people. But because you're ride or die and you get me, it was so easy to pull off. So we were in Nashville. We met up with an old roommate of mine to go to a hockey game, which was awesome. And then the next morning, we were on our way to the Nashville Zoo, which is one of the things we try to do when we get together is go to a zoo or aquarium or something cool like that. I got this idea because it was April Fool's Day. I said we should totally prank my wife. And she was like, yes, I'm down. I was like, hey, just go along. So
I totally forgot about this.
I started texting my wife the next day. She wasn't with me. She had to work. I was like, please don't be upset. After the game, not even after the game, I was just like, I think I had 2 drinks at the game, so I wasn't drunk. Like, this isn't like a drunken mistake, but apparently I left my credit card at like the concession stands in the stadium and somebody stole it and they racked up a huge bill at a strip club. And I got a call, like I checked my account the next day to see if I had lost it and somebody had picked it up or not, and there was all the charges. So I've been on the phone to the bank all morning, but they said they couldn't dispute the charges because the charges that were signed for at the strip club, the signature was so close to the one they had on file that it didn't seem fraudulent. And so I'm just like going on and on and on about this, and my wife is freaking out. And like in the meantime, Kelly's driving in downtown Nashville going to the strip club that we had seen like in passing the day before. I don't remember how we remembered it was there, because
I don't remember either. We must have passed it or something at some point.
we got so lost in downtown Nashville the day before, but somehow we remembered where this strip club was.
Yeah, or we remembered the name and we Googled it.
Something like that, but we both remembered this strip club. And like, okay, we did not get drunk the night before. We had a couple drinks or whatever, and we didn't even go out. We went, what?
No, we didn't. We snuck stuff into the stadium.
Easy. I'll tell you how to sneak booze into basically anywhere. That's
We
another
have
story.
snuck it into stadiums, zoos, aquariums.
Yeah, anywhere. But so I'm on the phone with my wife, and I'm like Oscar award-winning acting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working up some tears. I'm shaking. I'm so upset. And my wife is not good like under pressure. And when I'm emotional, she like freezes, and she doesn't always know what to say. She's like, oh, well, I don't. Okay, well, she's like, okay, just breathe. And I have her on speakerphone so Kelly can hear. She's like, just breathe. We'll try to figure it out. Is there anything I can do? And I was like, so we go to the strip club. We take a picture of the outside, and I sent it to her. I said, this is the place that they said we went. Like, we don't even, like, this is nowhere near a hotel, this and that. And she was like, okay, maybe I can get on the phone with the bank. Do you have the, like, manager's name, this and that? Do they have security footage? Like, she's getting down. She's like, I'll call them and see if they have, like, footage of who had my card and this and that. And it went on for what, like a half hour or so? However long.
It went on for a while, because I remember, like, I think I got out of the car and then like came back in so she would hear the door, and like I stood out there for a while, and I was like, hey, like I talked to the manager. Like, you and I were just like so full of shit.
Yeah, and no planning. We did not plan it.
No,
I was just
no plan at all. And I didn't expect it to go on as long as it did. Like, I expected either one of us to actually like laugh at some point, or for her to realize that we were so fucking full of shit.
Yeah, no, but nobody broke. And then, so I'm like on the verge of quote unquote tears. I'm like, like that, right? And we're at the zoo. We're just waiting to go in now. Babe, one more thing. And she's like, yeah, what is it? And I was like, April Fool's Day or April Fool's or whatever. And she goes, fuck you, and hung up.
Oh, she totally hung up on you and like did not call back.
She did not answer when I called her back. She was so pissed off. She was like, I was having a fucking heart attack.
And then we went and looked at cute animals, so.
Yeah. And somebody complimented our beanies. And I laid down with a brass gorilla. I let it spoon me.
I have that picture on my phone. It's fantastic.
So do I. All right. So there's one question answered.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed. Next.
I thought you were looking at the thing.
No, it's you. We're going to go back and forth. This is a 50-50 relationship.
I thought you wanted to do all the work. I literally made a joke about OnlyFans earlier. Honestly, like, I wish I had the confidence, because I would love to make that much money.
Same.
All right, so Teresa asked if we could pick one trait to steal from each other. What would it be and why?
I love this question.
It's good.
It's unique and good, but I hate it because it's making me think. We're so similar.
We're very similar. I feel like you have a certain kind of like kindness to people that I don't have. And I feel like that maybe I would benefit if I was more like that, though. So I might steal that from you, even though I do enjoy being like a huge asshole.
Tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, just, be a little tighter.
Yeah, I get that. You want to be the tight asshole.
Mm-hmm.
For you, it's kind of along the same lines. I wish I had your ability to not give a fuck about things. And I'm not saying you're like, you don't care about things or whatever, but you have such a knack of when to just brush shit off and when to like take something seriously. I wish I had that.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I've always been like that, and I don't know why.
But I think it's a good quality to have. It's almost like a skin thickness. I'm not saying you're callous or whatever, but like
It can
you
be.
definitely, and I have a thicker skin than I used to. Oh boy, oh man, I used to be really sensitive, but I feel like I'm still kind of battling with things that I should care about and should matter and should affect my perception or self-worth or opinion of myself. And for the most part, you have that ability to shrug off, especially other people's pointless opinions.
Yeah, I definitely like if you're not someone that I know really well or like respect in some sort of way, like you're just a person, like you're white noise, you could say anything you wanted and I would just be like, okay.
See, and
But like about me, if I hear somebody like talk shit about somebody I really care about though, like I will fucking fight you.
Okay, Winona. No, and see, there is a line where, like, if it's a complete stranger who, like, honestly, their opinion has no bearing on me, I can shrug it off for the most part. But sometimes people say, like, personal things or they pick at personal things, even if they don't know me. And for whatever reason, I'm just like, well, ouch. And like you said, you're unfazed by that shit. You're just like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I am the way I am too. Like especially if you're coming at something like a personality trait and it's not something that's like hurting somebody. It's not something that I like super need to change about myself and become a better person, like that kind of thing. It's like something like if someone was like,
maybe they might be like, why don't you care about things more? And you were like, okay.
If you knew me, you would know the things that I care about. So that comment, like if somebody made that comment, I would just be like, okay, you just don't know me. Like, all right, bye.
Yeah. And me being kind, I would be like, oh no, did I upset somebody? Okay, I think I paint myself way like more insecure than I really am, but also I just like try to be a nice person. And it affects me when somebody thinks I'm not nice.
Yeah, I don't think that you're like sensitive, but I think you care more that people do see you as nice, and there's nothing wrong with that.
This world's so full of shitty people.
That's one of the things I like absolutely love about you, that you're super kind.
It's funny because I don't think I'm kind. I think I'm just a decent human being. It's like basic human decency is perceived as kindness sometimes because this world is so terrible,
Yeah, and that is like a huge difference. Like Janie's actually just like a decent person. Like this one time we were in San Diego and we were just like taking the bus somewhere, and this guy just started like talking to her, like this older guy, and she just like starts talking to him back, and I'm like just sitting there quietly thinking, if this person had talked to me, I would have given them a one-word response and made it very obvious I did not want to continue the conversation because I'm an asshole. Like I don't want to talk to someone I don't like, some random stranger. I'm never going to see you again. I'm just like that. And so anytime we're out somewhere and somebody's like, you're having a conversation with just a random person, sometimes I'm like, I actually do wish I cared enough to do that, because I feel like you sometimes might even get like a funny story, or you might even learn something from some random person. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I'm an introvert, so I don't go looking for that. But like you said, when we were in San Diego together, you're like, people approach you, people like engage with you, and I'm just like, I don't know why. What vibe am I putting out? I don't want to talk to strangers.
You're giving some vibe, because people rarely talk to me in public.
Yeah, people talk to me in public all the time. But make no mistake, I can be fucking rude.
I know you can. It's great.
But genuinely, unless you deserve it, I'm gonna be like polite to you. Also, thank you, dude. I love you. You said such nice things about me. Okay, what's our next question? From Twitter, Nick Garcia 8675309. That's a carryover joke. Have you guys met Kat and Mel in person? And the answer is no, unfortunately. But also, I don't know. Meeting celebrities is weird. Not like people that do it are weird, but it's a weird experience. And I've definitely met celebrities, and it's funny because in the Discord we asked people to come up with like one word, and we would tell stories based on that subject, and one of the words was celebrities. So this is a good one to kind of segue into that. I've definitely met my fair share of celebrities and had some, different sort of interactions. No, I haven't met Kat or Mel. Would I ever want to? I guess if the opportunity arose. But I don't think that's something I would seek out.
Yeah, I don't think that I really would either. We've talked about it before, and depending on how things release or whatnot, but we've kind of talked about how if we wanted to talk to anybody to do with the show at all, it would be Bo, the original person who wrote all the comics and stuff, or Emily.
Yeah.
Because that's like, they created this universe and show that we love. And it's not saying that Mel and Kat aren't cool people or nice people, or that a good conversation couldn't be had. It's just not like a goal, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not something we're like seeking out to do.
I don't know. I'm one of those people, I always feel like I'm inconveniencing somebody. So
right.
Even if it was like at a con and they're doing their job and their job is to meet fans right now, it's like I would still feel like an inconvenience. So I'd be like, hey, think you're great at your job. Bye.
Yeah, like, and also
like I just like wouldn't. Yeah, I just like wouldn't want to. I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to be some celebrity's weird fan story.
Ooh, I would love to hear
they all have them. That would be like such a fear, even though I know I'm not like crazy, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, short answer, no, we haven't met them. I have met a handful of celebrities. I've actually met one of my all-time biggest heroes a few times, actually. I guess. Do you want me to tell the story, or?
Who is it, Janie? The people would want to know.
Do you know? Can you guess who it is?
I know who it is. You've told me.
Have I?
Yeah, you've met her multiple times, haven't you?
Yeah. Okay. So growing up, because this is the generation I grew up in, I was mildly obsessed with Mandy Moore when she was a pop star, coming up, turning into movie star, all of that stuff. I had several years where I was obsessed with her, to the point where it's scary, and looking back now, it was cringy. I never stalked her or anything, like I didn't go to her house or send her like locks of my hair, but I was very much involved in everything she was doing and knew where she, what she was doing, projects coming up, tour dates, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Not so much now. I do still love her, and I am proud as hell of the success that she is gaining on TV. I think she, has been long overdue for that success, and I've known for a very long time how talented she is, and she will always be my number one babe. Like, she's my girl. I love her. But during her Wild Hope tour in 2007, she came out with her first album in many, many years that wasn't her signature pop sound. It's actually one of my all-time favorite albums. Do yourself a favor and pick it up, but don't tell me what you think about it unless it's positive, because my heart can't take it. Anyway, me and my brother, we actually decided to go to opening night, which was in Portland, but we lived in Utah. So we drove 13 hours or so from Utah to Portland to go to opening night. We found our hotel, parked, found the venue. We wanted to make sure we knew where we were going. We were actually walking around the block out back and noticed her tour bus. So we just hung out back there. A few other people hung out back there. Eventually, she came out of her tour bus, and it was a small crowd, maybe 15 people or so. Very polite, all very respectful. She was so sweet. She smelled so good. She was very polite, took pictures with everybody, spoke with everybody. And I told her, at the time I was obsessed with, oh my God, I love you so much. Me and my brother drove up, 13 hours or whatever to get here to see you. And I guess I had made a comment on some social media platform. I don't remember. And I probably tagged her, because I was one of those obsessive fandom people back then, saying that, oh, I see you in however many hours, can't wait. And she was like, that's you? I read that. I can't believe you came that far. That is so, amazing. And she, the fact that she acknowledged it and remembered it, that made my day. I still have that picture of the first time I met Mandy Moore, and I love it. And yeah, that's one of the many stories I have about meeting celebrities.
But it was a good moment, so that's good.
Oh, it was a great moment. She was so sweet. Not like I expected her to be a bitch.
No, the only time she's a bitch is in Princess Diaries.
Saved.
I had to change my shirt because I was in a hoodie and I was actually kind of getting hot. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I was getting a little sweaty.
Yeah.
Dream vacation.
Do I have a story about my dream vacation?
Or I guess, do we have a dream vacation?
Oh.
Together or separate?
I don't know, because I said give a random subject and I'll see if I have a random story for it. But it's I feel like that's more of a question of what's your dream vacation? Let's just say, what's our dream vacation?
I feel like you and I have such a long bucket list for trips we want to take together.
That's true. Dream vacation together or separate? Because my dream vacation is I want to go to Greece.
I would love to go to Greece, but they're having a lot of problems right now.
Well, yeah, but like, in an idyllic world where nothing was wrong, or at least it was safe to travel and, stuff like that, I definitely want to go to Greece one day.
It's absolutely beautiful. So, yeah.
Together on our bucket list, I know towards the top is New Orleans.
Yeah, I really want to go there.
Hell yeah. And we were going to go to that con, but
yeah.
Okay, so what else? Camping. Chloe asked if I have a story about camping. So once when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10, we were camping. Have you ever had, I don't know what their name is. I'm sure they're called a bunch of different things throughout the country, but hobo dinner, where you put like potatoes, meat, corn, veggies, all that stuff, wrap it up in tinfoil and throw it in the fire and like let it cook. So we had eaten one of those, and I remember like the potatoes were a little hard, but like honestly, like raw potatoes aren't gonna fucking kill you. But anyway, so we had that, and I went to bed, and I wasn't feeling very good. And then all of a sudden, I got the rumblies. You know the rumblies I'm talking about.
Did you shit in your sleeping bag?
I did not shit in my sleeping bag. I barely made it outside the tent and shat right next to my tent. And I'm pretty sure it looked exactly the way it did going in as it did coming out. Watery and corn chunks, and yeah, and gray. There was like a nice sloppy gray color. I have a lot of poop stories. Is there something you would like to do once this pandemic is over? Maybe something you didn't think you would ever want to do. That's what AJ said. There's not a lot I've never thought I wanted to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like there's not a lot I wouldn't do.
At least entertain the idea of doing. Like skydiving, I definitely want to do. Bungee jumping.
Same.
I almost said skinny dipping. I've already done that. Scuba diving. There we go.
Yeah, I want to go scuba diving, and I want to actually, I mean, if any reefs are still available, I would love to snorkel on like a really nice and beautiful reef.
Yeah, snorkeling's cool. There's not a lot I've never heard about and been like, nope.
Yeah, same.
Obviously something that requires a lot of skill, and I know I would get hurt immensely if I tried to do like a backflip on a BMX bike. I'm not going to go out and try that.
Yeah, no.
I definitely, when this pandemic is over, want to see you.
For sure.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Start working on our bucket list again.
Yeah, start working on our bucket list. Specifically, see you, and then like me and my wife are planning a trip to Italy. I think I am going to say yes to more things. Not to say I said no to a lot, but like I like to stay home. I'm a homebody. I don't want to go out with people I don't know. But I think once this is all over, I'm going to say yes to like, I guess, socializing more. Maybe for a while.
Yeah, I feel like maybe for a while I might go do more things than I normally would have, because I am totally that person that like if you invite me somewhere, there's like a 97% chance I won't show up.
So wait, so Drisa asked, also, what is something you were able to do / spend time on because of the pandemic? Silver lining and all.
Podcast.
The podcast. You guys are welcome.
I built my bearded dragon a new enclosure. I might not have had time to do that otherwise.
Yeah, that was cool.
I actually started teaching myself bass guitar. I've had a bass guitar sitting around for a long time.
That one's for your secret crush.
Is it?
Yeah, she's going to like that. She's going to like that. The bass guitar to go with your bass voice.
My bass voice.
So the podcast, obviously. I had some time before it got cold and wintry to rejuvenate my front yard, which was dead and gross, and now it's green. So that was pretty cool. And we just bought a house, so there was some stuff. But also, and this one's pretty important to me personally, I've gotten to spend a lot more time with my wife. We are currently on opposite schedules. She's on nights, I'm on days, and she is in the military and will be deploying soon. So it was really cool to be able to spend a lot more time with her. I wish we could have done more cool things. A couple hours east or west of us is the beach or the mountains. So I wish we could have done more stuff like that, but it has been nice to be able to have an excuse to kind of hang out with her all the time and not have to like have anybody over or go anywhere and share her, so to speak. Maybe that's selfish, but I've liked it.
I don't think it's selfish.
Okay, so I'm going to tell my creep story because it's been asked about in the Discord. Again, a lot of this is coming from the Discord. So it's not like we're just trying to talk about ourselves because we're narcissists. That's just me. But people are actually asking these questions. I don't know if they're placating to our egos, but they're asking. So we were talking about Facebook stalking, not Facebook stalking, but creeping on other Earpers and like, you know, finding their, I don't know, Facebooks or looking at their Twitters, I guess. And it reminded me of a way I creeped on somebody before social media was so like prevalent as it is now. All right, so it was, oh God, over 10 years ago. So I was living in New Mexico working at a restaurant, and I don't remember, once a week we had karaoke at this restaurant. So it was a stupid little ploy to try to get more people in after happy hour started, to buy more drinks, more apps, blah, 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 which I made a lot of good money during that time, so I'm not complaining. And it was a small town. There wasn't really nothing else to do. I started noticing this girl coming in every week. Quiet, kind of reserved, usually by herself, maybe with one or two other people, and she would come and sing a song or two and, you know, leave. And she never like drank and got crazy, maybe had, you know, an app or two, but really nothing. And you know, she was cute. And so it was a running joke with me and my best friend at the time who worked there as well. Hey, is your girlfriend coming in tonight? It's a small town, and I was like single for a lot of years and hadn't hooked up with anybody in that town because everybody was tragically straight. You know, I hadn't really expressed interest in anybody. Well, that's another story. Beware straight girls. Anyway, so my best friend is always like, oh, like I didn't really crush on people a lot, I guess. So she thought it was funny that I had a crush on this girl who I didn't know. So it kind of became a joke every week. And so one week I was in the bathroom cleaning it because it's, you know, it's towards closing time and we have to still do our stuff while people are inside. And that girl comes into the bathroom and I was like, oh, like I'm taking out the trash or something. I was like, hey, and she's like, hi. And, you know, I step aside, let her do her thing, like whatever. I'm just like wiping the mirror down or whatever, doing my job. And she comes back out and, you know, washes her hands, and I was like, oh good, she washed her hands.
I was just thinking, that's a good sign right there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're gonna sing again tonight? Like, you know, trying to work it, you know, my charm, turn on that game that I have. I do have game, I promise you. It's just subtle. She's like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, you come pretty often, right? And she's like, yeah, I like to sing, and you know,
she comes pretty often.
She's like, you know, me and my friends get off work and we'll come over here and, you know, they have some drinks and, you know, I'll sing. And I was like, oh, cool. Where do you work? And she told me, I forgot where she worked. Didn't matter. I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, all right, well, you know, I'll see you. Have fun. She's like, thanks, you know, and I was like, oh my God, I talked to her. And my best friend was like, oh my God, did you get her name? Did you this? I knew her name because when the DJ for the karaoke, you know, says their name, come up. I'm not going to say her name just in the total off chance that she listens and remembers. I'm not going to say her this name because then she's really going to think I'm a fucking creep, even though it was 10 years ago and it doesn't matter now. Anyway, so I'm just like, so of course, as you do, you're like, you start watching them a little closer, and we're starting to be like, do you think she's gay? Do you think she'd be down for it? Should I hit on him? Should I ignore it? You know, doing that sort of thing. Which is funny because my best friend was straight as can be, and I don't know why she thought she could tell if somebody was a lesbian or not, but whatever. So one week we noticed she came in again with a couple of friends. She had a new addition to her group, and we're like, oh, you know, a new friend, and they both sang and whatever. And then the next time that she comes back, it's just her and this new girl. And I was like, oh, and so we're watching because we have nothing else to do. We're just watching. We're creeps. And we start to think that maybe there's a little something going on between these two girls. Oh, intriguing. So now the tides have turned. It's less about should I hit on her and more about like what's going on? Are they together? Getting in people's business because that's what you did in this small town, got in people's business. So we're watching from afar and trying to read their signals and their body language. And I catch under the table because I'm sweeping the tables nearby and I catch them holding hands under the table. So I'm like, oh, yo, like I seen this. They're totally together. They're totally on a date. So me and my best friend was like, no way, no way. And we're like, yeah, totally. And we're like, so this basically has been like a months long like saga mystery for us. And we're totally invested, right? We were like, so they actually stayed till close, which this girl never did, but they stayed till close. They waited till all because their friends had joined them for a little bit, and that's why they were holding hands under the table, and then their friends left, but they stayed till close. So we hurried, like, and by the time the restaurant was ready to close, everything was done and put away, and so we were ready to go. So we hurried outside, and we were watching them in the parking lot, and, we wanted to see if they would kiss or whatever, and they started, like, walking home. I guess one of them had a bike. How gay is that? And they didn't have a car. They were walking together. So we're watching them walk. We're like, are they going to hold hands? Like, what's going on? And then they get out of sight. And I was like, get in the car. And she's like, what? I was like, get in the car. We're going after them. And she's like, what?
Oh,
and I was like,
my God.
So we totally drove down. It's like there's one main road in this kind of small town, right? And they're walking alongside of it. So we get in the car and we're going down that road and we catch up to them and we see they're holding hands. We're like, oh my God, they're holding hands. And so I went about like a block ahead of them and there was this little like strip mall of shops and I parked in the parking lot. So we were facing the road and we sat in our seats and we lowered them so they were laying back and we're like peeking out the window and we're watching them walk towards us, holding hands and like being cute. And then they got close and we like laid down flat so they couldn't see us. And then we watched them walk by because it was slightly like the sidewalk was slightly raised so we could see them out my windshield. Watched them walk by and they just kept walking and walking. And we're like, oh my God, they're so cute. And we're like, should we still follow them? And we're like, now we'll leave them alone. But yeah, that's the time where I fucking creeped on somebody just the same way you do online nowadays. I did it in person, okay? I told you you'd never heard that story.
No, I have never heard that story. It's insane. Yeah, 10 out of 10 creepy.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 creepy. And in hindsight, I see that and I understand the errors of my way. I mean, we didn't follow them home or anything. We followed them like 2 blocks away. Like, honestly, and then every time they came in after that, we were always like, oh, there they are, and, watching them and thinking they're cute. And then the new girl stopped coming in and we're like, oh shit, did they break up? And it was sad. And then the other girl stopped coming in and then I was super sad. That's the time I fucking creeped on a real life couple.
We have a ton of questions now from the Discord.
Oh, did we not tell the story of the night in San Diego?
I think we like very briefly told it, but it was kind of like we were kind of like hurrying through it because I think it was during an actual episode.
No, we haven't ever been to cons together.
No, we haven't. That was supposed to happen last year now.
We did plan on going to either
Paposa.
One that was in New Orleans or one that was in Anaheim this year or last year, but obviously things didn't work out. Teresa said, how did you come to meet online and what do you think led to BFF status, especially with the distance? I thought she was cute and we had a lot in common, so I started messaging her on Tumblr.
I thought that I like commented on one of your posts.
You did. You commented on, because I said I was going to start watching Lost.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. I knew it was a TV show, and you were like, is this TV show good?
Yeah.
Which is so weird that I said anything, because I never, like, comment on stuff, or, like, especially then, I just never did that. But for some reason, I was like, oh, I'll answer this. Like, I liked the show, and you and I had been, like, we followed each other for a really long time before we ever spoke on Tumblr.
And that was literally, I'm pretty sure, the first time we'd ever interacted.
Yes, and we followed each other for a really long time on Tumblr.
Yeah, we had a lot of mutual interests, and
we did, because I know that it was like, I think it was just like the same TV shows and stuff like that, and then I don't know, you messaged me from that and we talked about Lost for a while, and then
soccer
and then soccer, and then it just was like, oh, and you have this in common with me and this and this and this, and it was just kind of like weird, because it was weird. I never had that much in common with another person before, really.
Yeah, basically it was fate, because like you said, you don't ever comment on anybody, and for some reason you did.
I know, that's I don't know, it's really weird. And then I feel like neither of us really, I guess, pursue things like online, like friendships or whatever. I feel like normally things like fizzle out.
Yeah.
For some reason it just like stuck, and then we started like texting, Snapchatting.
Yeah.
And then like, how long were we friends before we actually met? Because I don't think it was like that long, because you were like, this is going to be like sound really weird. And
yeah,
if you think I'm a creep, just tell me to fuck off.
Yeah. It was like 6 months. Less than 6 months.
Oh, yeah, it was less than 6 months. For some reason, I think we started talking in the fall, and then we went to San Diego like in the spring.
We were there in April. I remember because of a lot of things. But I was going to say because Mandy Moore's birthday is in April. And we were there on that day. I told you I was obsessed, okay?
Mhm.
But yeah, I said I think I should watch Lost, and she said you totally should. And then I started talking to her. We talked about that. It spun out, and then one night I was like, I hope you don't think this is creepy, but if you ever want to text, here's my number. To my surprise, she texted me because I think it's creepy when people give you your number sometimes. Not all the time, but depending, I guess, on the situation. And I always feel like a creep being like, can I have your number? Or here is my number, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely have a hard time giving my number to anybody because I am like, oh, I don't want them to think I'm creepy.
Yeah.
I have had people give me their number and it be creepy, and I've had people give me their number and it not be creepy. Like you giving me your number wasn't creepy.
Yeah.
Because it was like I was having we were always having good conversations, and it got annoying to constantly be like checking Tumblr.
It did.
So
and then,
it's like, just fucking text me.
Yeah, it's easier. And then I was planning a trip to San Diego to meet up with my now wife. That's a different story. We'd known each other. It wasn't like I wasn't meeting a stranger. We were reconnecting, and it just so happened. And I had always wanted to go to San Diego, but I didn't want to like plan a trip because I wasn't sure if my now wife would be able to show up, military and all. So I asked her, hey, and if this is weird, you can totally say no and I won't be offended. But I'm planning a trip to San Diego, and I know you said you love the beach. Would you ever think about like meeting me out in San Diego? And she's like, fuck yes. All right, the next question is, who is a celebrity you absolutely hate and why? Scarlett Johansson.
We both hate the same celebrities, so that was actually one of our common things that we kept naming celebrities we don't like, and then we would be like, oh yeah, I hate that person too. Yeah, I don't really like Scarlett Johansson either. That's gonna be, people are gonna be mad about that.
They will, but I don't fucking care. I don't think she's talented. I don't like her face. I don't think she's a good action star. I don't think she's funny. I hate her voice. I don't like her.
Janie really has strong feelings for her. I don't think she's a good actor at all. Like, her face is just always the same.
It's literally always the same.
And I hate the fact that she plays characters that she has no right to be playing as a white person. As a white woman, fucking stop it. Like, it is embarrassing, and people do not at all hold her accountable enough for that.
No. What's that role where she's like an assassin or something?
Yeah.
And originally the content was Asian.
Yes, I got it.
She's not an action hero. I don't think she's a great fighter. I think she's terrible at everything she does.
Ghost in the Shell was that movie. And then there was something, she was going to play a trans woman or something in a movie. I think that she eventually backed out of that because of all the backlash she got about it.
I believe so.
It's just like, do you have no concept of what you should and should not be doing?
No.
It angers me.
Same. Do you have another celebrity off the top of your head? Or
oh fuck, what's his name? Oh my god, I can picture him. He's like in the same vein as Will Ferrell, and he's like, when he talks, he yells. Fuck, why can't I think of his name? I can't think of anything that he's in.
Okay, we'll come back to it. Okay, if you could punch one person, this is again from Drisa. If you could punch one person and knock them out with absolutely no percussions, who would it be and why?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen?
That's his name. Yeah, that an actor that I hate. I wouldn't waste my punch on him. But yeah, I don't like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think he's funny. A lot of his comedy stems from like belittling women. If I could punch. I don't like, oh god. Okay, this is a loaded question because I would punch a lot of people. There's a long list of people I would punch. I don't like.
Is it a celebrity we have to punch, or is it just like anybody?
It says one person.
Oh, okay. I know who mine is.
I know who mine is. I will always be angry, and yeah, my ex.
That's who my person was.
Yes, because she's a fucking terrible person.
She is a terrible human, the worst human possible. Okay, so we had like just become friends when all that happened, and all I wanted to do was fly to Colorado just so I could punch her in the face and then just like leave. I also wanted to send shit to her after you moved out, and you wouldn't let me.
You can do it now. I think she still lives in the same house.
I don't have that address anymore, but there's literally a website where you can like send somebody shit, and I really wanted to do it. And you were like, don't. She'll think it was from me. Don't do it.
You probably can now, though. We'll discuss that later. You're so ride or die. I love you. Let's move on. So I don't want to dwell. Gem City Adventure says fave songs and fave movies. There's literally no way I could ever tell you all of my favorite movies and songs.
I mean, I could hit like the greatest hits maybe.
Yeah. I'm going to suggest again that for me, like my top One of my top favorite albums is Wild Hope by Mandy Moore. She came out with Silver Landings last year, which was amazing as well. Blink 182 Take Off Your Pants and Jacket is a top 5 album for me. You guys should
Classic.
check. It's a great one. I really dig a lot of Halsey's stuff.
Dude, that Badlands album, great.
Especially Bad at Love. That's one of my jams. Love on the Brain by Rihanna, one of my all-time favorite songs. Have You Ever Needed Someone So Bad by Def Leppard. Getting old school, but that's definitely in my top rotational list.
Def Leppard is an amazing band, and the fact
Oh
that
my god.
their drummer only had one arm.
Boy. Love it. I had no idea you liked Def Leppard.
Dude, yes. I listen to like all the old like classic rock stuff. I love that shit. For me, music, one of my all-time favorite albums, like a 2005 on repeat, is the Avenged Sevenfold City of Evil album.
Oh my god, life is so hard.
I'm
Evanescence.
Oh, I used to jam to Evanescence. The Bring Me to Life. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, her voice is incredible. Another album I actually really like is the After Laughter by Paramore.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a good one.
She's like right around my age, so those songs fucking hit at the time.
Yeah.
I remember listening to it the first time and I'm just like, oh my God, this is how I feel.
It's when I don't buy CDs or albums anymore, basically, and that's one I own.
Oh, really? I don't, so I must not be a real fan.
No, you're not. Also, one of my favorite artists is Sarah Bareilles. I did not like her newest stuff, but other than that,
I'm just going to shout out some names of songs because I just have like a big playlist. Anything by the Pretty Reckless, automatically like one of my favorites. Her voice is just some old school Linkin Park is always good. Yeah,
jams.
Yeah. Arctic Monkeys is something I do like to listen to. I like the one album a lot. I can't think of the name of it though, but I like listening to that when I'm just kind of like not really doing anything. Like it's just like on in the background.
Boys of Summer by Dan Henley. That's one of my jams. Also Insensitive by Jan Arden, which I just found out is Bunny Loblaw, but that is actually one of my jams.
I don't know. I listen to like Slipknot and things like that too. Like I like heavier stuff. The Bare Naked Ladies though is one of my like all-time favorite bands. Sometimes I just like put their music on if I'm on like a long drive. I just everything that they're
good.
Yeah. I like
How about
Janis Joplin's also one of my favorite artists.
Good. How about Jimmy Eat World?
See, I'm like a weirdo that like I could take it or leave it. Like there's a few songs I really like, and I know that is like offensive to any millennial that I just said that.
No, it's fine. I liked like the majority of their first album, but after that, I don't know. We have to move on. Favorite movies. One of my all-time favorite movies is The Wedding Singer.
Dude, I fucking love that movie too.
Dude, really?
Yeah. That's so fucking weird.
So dude, we're creepy today. We are creepy. So you asked about how we became best friends. It's because of shit like that, like random shit that we never talk about that somehow, like the other day, 2 days ago, I had a Charlie horse in my right leg so bad, like my calf was sore. And then the next morning, Kelly's like, I think I injured my right calf. It hurts so bad. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And then this morning I was like, I'm making breakfast burritos. And she's like, dude, that's what I had for breakfast. Like it's moments like that. That's why we are best friends.
Yeah, that's really weird. We've definitely never talked about that. That's actually a movie, a DVD that I own.
What?
Right?
Whoa.
One of the most iconic scenes ever in that movie when he sings that song about wanting to die. I sing that all the time.
Somebody kill me, please.
I sing it all the time. I can't believe I haven't even like sang that around you or something. That's so fucking funny. That is one of my like all-time favorite like cheesy rom-coms.
Love it.
I mean, it's original like Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore.
Where he got weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Also like I Love Now and Then. I don't think you've ever seen that.
I don't know what that is. I like the movie Big Fish a lot, if you've ever seen that.
Is that the one with Ewan McGregor?
Yes.
I don't like him.
I sometimes don't either. I like him in Star Wars and I like him in Big Fish, and that's kind of it. But I like this story. I haven't seen it in so long. I need to watch it. And then I really like Jaws, like original Jaws. I watched that like kind of like a scary amount. I have the poster right beside me, actually, like the original TV poster.
Oh, fancy. One of my favorite scary movies is Scream, the original one.
Mm,
Oh, you know, another one of mine is Imagine You and Me.
that is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a good, like, cute rom-com. Usually I don't like rom-coms, or I like rom-coms like 500 Days of Summer, where if you haven't, the movie's been out forever. If you haven't seen it, like, spoiler alert, but they don't end up together.
Yeah.
And I think that movie's kind of funny in that way. Other favorite movies. I feel like it's so weird if we're like talking about rom-coms and stuff. I usually watch like action films and shit.
Yeah.
And like I'm like drawing a blank for some reason for like movies I like. I mean, I like Marvel movies, Star Wars movies. I like all that like nerd shit.
Yeah. Okay, we can move on. Drisa asked, what is the first thing that comes to mind when asked what you're most proud of and most scared of?
Damn, that's deep. And
one of the things I'm most proud of is the person I am today, because it is somebody who I couldn't ever have imagined becoming in my younger years. Without getting into too much detail, I'm very proud of the person I am today. And then most scared of failure. I've always been afraid of failure.
Oh, dude, same. That was mine. Failing at something, especially something I really want to succeed at. Oh, fuck, that sucks.
Mine is essentially just like failing so hard. I'm like homeless, jobless, hungry, got like having to pick myself back up. But the strong new person that I am today could do it because I've almost had to do it before. So
failing or like disappointing someone that I actually really would never want to disappoint.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like if I made you angry with me or like disappointed you in some way, I'd be like, damn, I fucked up.
Dude, same.
Yeah,
I would
like
hate to lose you like as a friend.
Yeah, it would suck. Who the fuck am I gonna send all this stupid TikToks to? Okay, so I have to do a proud of. Fuck. You know what? I was having a really shit year in like 2019, which is pre-pandemic, and it was probably still like one of the worst years ever in my life. And I actually just got kind of like sick of one specific shit thing in my life that I could change and decided to change it. So I'm like proud of myself for that because it opened up such a better opportunity with me work-wise. And I ended up finding like where I was supposed to be. And that has led to the best opportunity for me in my like professional work life career. I'm proud of that because I'm so much happier, which I know you know.
I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah, and I'm like one of those people that I don't get why I took so much shit for so long, because normally like I wouldn't do that, but it was just like that fear of, oh, if I quit this job, this shit job, I'm not gonna be able to get it. It's all gonna be shit. And this is the shit I know.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, and I rooted you on the whole time.
You did. You were like, just fucking leave, walk out,
burn it down.
That just like made me happy, just like picturing that place burning.
The next one is, if you could bring back one canceled or ended TV show for one more season, what would it be? You can also say a movie to make a sequel for. It's a great question.
I saw what she ended up writing down later, and I actually agreed with it because I would love to see actually like a movie sequel for it, which is Person of Interest. Which a lot of people didn't like the way it ended. It was a little sad, but it tied everything together. So I think it was a really good, I don't know, I just think it was really good. A really intelligently written TV show. And honestly, another season or a movie just to see Shaw come back with Bear, which is the dog in that show.
God, she's so fine. Ugh.
I know. I will watch anything that has her in it.
Anything.
I feel like I don't follow that many celebrities on Instagram, but I follow her.
She's one, yeah. God, now at first I was like, I don't know, but now I have a lot. Actually, I would rewrite the ending or last seasons to a lot of shows. The 100. The last season of Lost Girl.
The whole show of The 100 almost needs rewritten.
Yeah, pretty much.
In my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. 100 needs to be rewritten. But if I could bring back one more season, obviously not counting Winona Earp because we all want season 5. I think the first one that popped into my head was called Everything Sucks, and it's on Netflix. It was a Netflix original, and it
I
only had
remember
one
that.
season, and it was so good, and it was so funny, and it was based in the 90s, and I'm a 90s whore,
I
so
just thought of another one.
yeah, which one?
Santa Clarita Diet. I fucking love that.
Oh, that's a good one. I
And
also
it
thought
ended
like,
on a cliffhanger. It was so, I'm so
oh,
mad.
I hate that. I hate that. Sense8. I feel like I could do
Yeah.
another season of that too. But I think definitely like those one season shows, and that's why I don't watch shows that don't have at least 3 seasons, is because I get attached and then they get canceled after one season. So
Okay, so basically it's just all the main characters. So it's Mary Fuck Kill, Waverly, Winona, and Nicole. I know what mine is.
I know what mine is. Marry Nicole, fuck Winona, kill Waverly. Sorry.
Yeah.
You made me do it.
Yeah.
You made me do it.
Maybe instead of kill, it'll be block. We're blocking her on social media. Okay, and then
You would
Doc.
marry Nicole over Winona?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think Winona would want to get married.
True.
Nicole would.
Yeah, obviously.
So I wouldn't want to like tie Winona down. Like she's better than me. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to tie her down.
Except for like physically.
Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. That's my reasoning too. And then fuck, marry, kill. This is from Rainbow Herber, someone new. Fuck, marry, kill. Doc Dolls, Jeremy.
I know mine.
Fuck Dolls, marry Jeremy, kill Doc.
Yeah, same.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
I would kill Doc. I would fuck Dolls, and I would marry Jeremy. Jeremy wouldn't want me, but like.
Yeah, he would be fun to hang out with. You guys probably, you know, a lot in common. You can do nerd stuff together.
Yeah, like he definitely likes Game of Thrones, Star Wars, and like all the superhero shit. And he definitely plays video games. Like we could just hang out and game.
Yeah, exactly. KRKACS. K-Cracks. Cracks. I'm just going to call her Cracks. Asked if you could rewrite any Winona Earp episode, what would you change?
Oh, I got mine now.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so the last episode that Rosita's in, I would rewrite it so she could stay in purgatory.
She is in purgatory. She's just in the nunnery.
No, just like, you know, like in purgatory. Yeah, she's around. That's what I would do. I would change it.
A part of the crew.
Yes, she would now be a part of the group again. All is forgiven, but her and Winona still banter and have tension. I'm a little offended that Rosita wasn't in the lineup for me to choose.
Yeah, rude.
You know, I'd marry her.
Yeah, I know you would. I think I maybe would rewrite the episode where Bolshar has them in the dream world, but have all of them in their own separate, like, dream prisons.
Oh, so all the torture, all the angst.
Yeah, every single one of them. Winona searching for Doc and him being in his hellscape, and then Waverly probably searching for Nicole, and Nicole searching for Waverly or whatever. If he was smart, he would have taken all 4 of them, because then the other ones would have taken longer to figure it out.
Yeah, but Bolshar wasn't very smart.
Apparently. I tried to read, AJ said, I tried to read all Dreesa's questions, and I don't believe she asked if you two have ever had a crush, so add that to the list. A crush, like, in general?
Like, obviously, we've had crushes before.
I literally used to fall in love every day. On each other? I'm pretty sure I admitted that I thought she was cute on Tumblr, and that's why I messaged her a lot. I don't know that question.
Would you consider that a crush, though? Like, just thinking somebody's cute?
Yeah. I'm not gonna delve into the depths of my crush on you, okay?
Maybe we'll save that for another.
That'll be another story. All right. So this was kind of turned into a live Q&A with the Discord, but it was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. We're probably going to do this again. We're going to probably try to figure out how to stream our at least voices live to be able to quick fire. So keep your guys' eyes out for that. Again, thank you for the questions. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good time. Yeah, look out for, again, the giveaway on Twitter. Ask to join the Discord. This was fun. 90% of the content came from Discord. So
yes, thank you. The Discord is just much more creative and funny. They're funnier than us. So
yeah, they have definitely upped our game because we were in a creative slump.
Yes, for sure.
So yeah, thank you. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let us know, as always, in the comments, your feedback, and keep the questions coming. And if this isn't a mini-sode, it'll be exclusive content, and we definitely plan on doing this again.
It was fun.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much, and I guess until next time. Okay, bye.
Fuck off.
Dude, that was perfect timing.